very rare that this is happening. So he's like, I need to be there. I need to make sure this, this grows the right way. And he's been supporting, it's his second trip down here, and he's going to be down here, every month or so to handle this type of growth and the momentum we're building here in Texas.
We're going to be busting at the seams.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do house parties pretty soon. It's going to be, hotel banquet centers and so on and so on. But, that one decision changed my life, and it's just the beginning. 8 months in for me, and it's completely changed my life. Nancy's been in 4 months, and we're very blessed to be part of this Overcome Nation in the sale. So I'll bring you up, brother.
Yeah, you guys are in for a treat. You guys, thank you so much for being
Thanks for coming.
It's great to be here with all of you. And some of you guys have driven like over 2.5 hours just to be here. I'm blown away by that.
4.5.
4.5?
No. Is that driving time?
Yeah.
No, I came with a woman. It was 6.
I'm already getting upstage. Well, so I want to tone it down just for a couple of minutes here and slow down for a second, because many times you get invited to come to something like this, and you're going to give up about 5 hours of your time. Just kidding. About an hour of your time. All right. And so what I want to ask you guys is give it a solid hour of your attention. This is an hour of your life. It's an hour of time you can never get back. And I fully understand what that hour of time can mean. And 1 hour of my time in this industry has made me millions. I've never failed in the industry. I'm one of the few that you're going to hear about that lead completely from a business perspective in this industry. The other 90% that are out there are probably the result of why so many of you ran from network marketing, okay? So I'm going to bring the seriousness of business into it. I'm going to reveal to you guys really what the trade secrets that I learned along the way that have always given me the respect that I've always wanted in this industry that I don't see a lot of people gain, okay? And so you owe it to yourself to listen, you owe it to your families to listen, because I'm going to tell you there is no better method of wealth creation on the planet. I'm going to tell you that straight out, and you're going to see it through demonstration, and nobody teaches the way I do. And I was always used to building through real estate, buying a cash flowing asset, not building a cash flowing asset. I started in 1998 in the diamond and gemstone industry from a mentor that taught me about that industry, importing diamonds and gemstones, and then doing real estate. Now, it was difficult for me to fail in 1998 because it was the birth of what was the real estate boom, right? And he pushed me through doors I did not want to go through because of fear, and I didn't have a lot of money. I had a small business owner since I was 17 years old, right? I had money in no time, but I never had wealth. And he was worth about $50 million, and he took me under his wing. One mentor literally changed the course of my life. I haven't had a job in 20 years. I've lived off investments and residual income. And that one mentor has become like the whole reason my whole mindset and my whole life shifted. And so I furthered my education. I went to Bible school for 12 years. I went on the mission field for 9 years, and I funded all of that out of my own pockets. Right? I did not have to ask money for people to send me out there. And I stumbled on a Rich Dad, Poor Dad book while I was going back and forth to Egypt and Indonesia, and I fell in love with all of the writing of Robert Kiyosaki.
Amen.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I started to purchase all of his books, and I was not an avid reader growing up, but over the course of my first 12 years, 18 years, I read over 1,200 books, 3 a week, right? All about self-development and business. I just fell in love with it, right? And so before I knew it, he was teaching. He lives in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I got plugged into his book studies. And I learned about oil and gas, and I learned about silver and gold. I learned about working with banks and taxation, and his advisors became my advisors because they were always there amongst us. About 200 of us would get together about 3 times a year. And it was there where I learned the power of systems, right? People can make money, but systems create wealth. I want to make sure that I hit home with that because every Fortune 500 owner knows the power of a system. I didn't know the power of a system because I was a small business owner. So are there any small business owners in the room? Okay. So I was stuck as a small business owner for so many years, and when I would go on vacation, the system would go with me, and I wouldn't get paid. Okay? And that was a huge pain point for me. And I found out that I wasn't the only one. Doctors fell in this predicament. Attorneys fell in this predicament, right? Restaurant owners. I mean, we just went to a restaurant in San Diego, and I'm watching these 2 restaurant owners run around like crazy. They've probably been doing it for 20 years. I mean, I could look at them and I can see these people probably haven't had a vacation in probably 10. And if you want to find out whether your business owns you or not, leave for a month, right? Most people would laugh at that because it just never happens. So I learned about systems from Robert Kiyosaki, and I stumbled on somebody that I knew in the class. For 2 years, they were already very wealthy. They own apartment complexes and restaurants and nightclubs in Florida. And one year, they were all excited about a network marketing company where they were making $5,000 a week in residual income. Now, residual income is very powerful, and I can see why somebody would be excited to make $20,000 a month, but coming from them, they were already very wealthy. And I never wanted anything to do with network marketers. I didn't like them. I felt they were always like beggars. They would do cheesy stuff. If you asked them about their company, they would corner you for an hour and a half and just throw up on you. And they made all their friends feel hunted, okay? Do we agree that probably, and this is why I'm speaking differently, because I want to find some common ground in here, almost every one of us in this room has been turned off by the methods of the 90 percentile of network marketers that are out there, okay? And when I stepped in this industry, what I found, what I'm about to share with you, was so much different, and I couldn't understand why there was so much hype, so much manipulation, and so much cheesiness in this industry that could make you very, very rich. And so my friend's income spiked from $5,000 a week to $27,000 a week. That's over $100 grand a month. And see, I was always looking through the eyes of real estate and multi-units, and I realized to make $100,000 a month, you'd probably have to have 5 to 1,000 units of apartment complexes in order to make cash flow that much after all the debt service was paid. Come on, somebody, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever owned real estate, I mean, you'd have to put a few $1 million down and get a bank to finance you, and you better know what you're doing because of the risk factor. And you have to find a solid management company that will handle that for you because you're not going to do it out of your house. So I'm watching them make $100,000 a month across the country with no trucks, very little inventory, no warehouses, no employees, no workman's comp issues, building a debt-free business, no employment taxes, no payroll. And I'm so fascinated by that because my business owns me. Even though I did so well in real estate, I was still envious because I didn't have a pipeline of residual income that was finding me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week while I was traveling the world. I didn't have that. I was envious of it. The richest people in the world have that. Why couldn't I? And so the real estate boom was starting to dry up. It was 2007. And I could feel it lifting, and it was getting more and more difficult for me to try to find properties that would cash flow. It was easy to snap them up in 1998, but by 2007, everybody agreed that it was a great idea, right? So I want to point this out because I want to build a bridge here. This is very compelling. I want you guys to listen to me now. When the majority all agree that a certain business deal is a good idea, it's already too late. Okay? So let me give you, for instance, when I was buying land for $800 an acre and $2,000 an acre. And everybody told me, don't buy that land, don't buy those properties. We weren't in a real estate boom at that time. Everybody was talking me out of it. It was Palm Desert, California, and everybody was like, that's secondary properties, right? No, that hasn't changed in 20 years, don't do it. My mentor said, get out the door and go get it, or I'm not going to help you with another deal. Because he knew, so I listened to him, okay? So I'm buying properties all through 2001, 2002, 2003, and I'm acquiring a lot of net worth and selling the land off and subdividing it. I'm putting a lot of cash in my bank. Now, 2004, 2005, 2006, it's getting more and more difficult. Why? Because all the people that said it was, I want you to listen to me now, you guys, this is very valuable. All the people that said it was a very bad idea suddenly started to realize all their friends were going, well, wait a second, maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe I should start buying it, right? And then everybody starts buying it. And then you see some of the houses during that time in 2005, 2006, 2007, before it started to dry up. You'd go make an offer on a house for $250,000, and by the end of the week, there'd be 10 other bidders on that same house, and now it's at $280,000, $300,000. Why? Because all of the majority started to realize that you could buy a property and it would continue to go up in value until what happened? The bubble bursts, okay? So I began to feel, so that's one of the points I want you to remember. When the majority already agree that this is a great idea, it's already too late. I love the fact that I'm surrounded by people in the network marketing industry where people are still calling it a pyramid. Because you have to understand something. Entrepreneurs operate in a world that nobody else sees. You want me to say that again? Mm-hmm. Entrepreneurs operate in a world that nobody else sees. They see good deals and they capitalize on it while everyone else is going, oh yeah, that seems risky to me. Right? You have to have vision for your life. And how do you have vision? Through a little bit of education. Education and getting out there, letting action be your coach, and making small mistakes, a whole lot of them, as quickly as possible so you can figure it out, is where the pain of experience comes through, and then there's wisdom on the other side, right? Show me a person that's worth 100 million. I will show you a person that's made thousands and thousands of mistakes, because nothing fails like success, okay? So I look at this, and I see my friend making that kind of income, and I see that they're doing it without any of the headaches of any of the small business owners. So I choose to get involved. I didn't go after people I could push around. I didn't go after people that were out of a job. I didn't go after people that were gullible. I didn't go after people that were sitting on the couch eating pizza. I went after people that knew business. Because I was coming to them with a language of business that I knew that they would understand. And I grabbed 4 people that wanted more than what they had. Guess what? They were all small business owners. They were struggling. They maybe had 1 or 2 employees. But they had a pain point that was very similar to mine. They had money and no time. No time freedom, right? People make money. Systems create wealth. You need a system. Don't get a job. Get a system. That's what the richest people in the world know. Okay? And so I accelerated through the ranks. And within 15 months, my income went up to almost $2 million a year. I had an $18 million a year distribution business in almost 7 countries. Okay? Now, how did I do that? I tapped into other networks. Every time you get somebody involved in your network marketing business or you sample, you're tapping into their network. That's really powerful for you to understand. Your network is your net worth. And we didn't have social platforms back then. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have Instagram. I want you guys to start thinking about this for a second. Your network is your net worth. Some of you have 3,000 friends on Facebook. 3,000 friends on Instagram. Combine those two, then your network is worth 6,000 people strong. A good 10% of them have a pain point. What's a pain point? They don't like their job, they don't like their boss, maybe they don't like their business, maybe their businesses own them, like myself, right? And so I started to see that you could build a cash flowing asset instead of buying a cash flowing asset. I want you to follow me here, okay? You can buy a cash flowing asset through real estate. You make money when you buy, not when you sell. Okay? That's where people made the mistake when the market blew up, right? They bought it expecting it to go high in value, and when it doesn't, they lost it, right? When the correction. You make money when you buy. It has to cash flow immediately, okay? So That's one way of doing it, but most people don't have an extra $60, $70, $80,000 or over $100,000 or $1 million to invest in a residential property. I only had 4 rentals. All my other deals were land deals and development deals. I only had 4 rentals, and you know, those between those 4 rentals, I was probably in them $800,000. It didn't cash flow more than $1,000. You had $800,000 down to make $1,000 positive cash flow, and I was seeing my friend make over $100,000 a month on a $1,500 startup cost, and combining networks. Okay. And so we didn't have those things back then, and now we do a fast forward. I'm going to do a fast forward and just make a point, and then I'll come back here, is that what you have available to you online right now is unbelievable. I mean, I'm probably Facebook Living on 3 different, 4 or 5 different people here, and there's probably at least, you know, this will be shared and over and over and over again. What am I doing? I'm tapping into her network, his network, her network. There's a good 5,000 to 25,000 people that are going to see all of this. Could you have done that in 2006 when I got involved in this industry? Heck no. The entire world is the size of your phone right now. It's all in your phone. In the business of the 21st century, guys, you don't have to be stuck doing a business you don't like. Okay? You have too much power at your disposal. You need to understand. So when I came into it, I said, I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm not going to do that cheesy stuff. I'm going to go, because I don't have to. All I got to do is educate people. I brought education to the masses, and I stuck with real business acumen. I taught real fundamental principles of this industry. Most people don't know what residual income is. That's why they go to work and they work for somebody else their whole life. Most people don't understand that if you didn't graduate from high school, your lifetime earnings on average is only $1.3 million. The average earnings of somebody who has a bachelor's degree is $2.1 million, lifetime earnings. Lifetime earnings of somebody who has a master's average is $2.5 million. 40 years. So I want you to think about that for a second. If I was to write you a check for $2.4 million and I said, look, for the next 40 years, you are working for me 5 days a week. You're going to do what I tell you to do. I'm going to tell you when to take a vacation. I'm going to hand you back your life in 1 week increments in the form of a paycheck. Here it is. I believe that most people probably wouldn't sign up for that class. Okay? I've probably made 10 times that in my very short career as soon as I learned how business worked. Knowledge is power. How many times have you guys heard it takes money to make money? I'm going to tell you that is so not true. And my first mentor was the one that kicked me in the teeth with it. He's like, Rick, stop saying that. Knowledge makes money. Knowledge makes power. You put some things together, and I'm going to show you how we can do this over and over and over and over again. When I stepped into network marketing, I brought the same type of philosophy to the table. Bringing education, knowledge. In this industry, literally, you're a garage sale away from getting started with the largest business pack that you can get, which is about $1,300 or $1,400 in Viseo. Okay? And so I'm going to show you some diagrams, what worked for me, where I accelerated through the ranks, something called the cash flow quadrant, in a second here. But I want to brag a little bit about what is happening and why you're here. Viseo is a company that's already done $80 million in sales. We're only a year old. Maybe I should just let that sink in for a second. Because when's the last time you ran into somebody who started a business and it did $80 million in its first year? It's an anomaly in this industry. It's an anomaly in business. It doesn't happen in traditional business very often. We did $12 million in sales our first month. This is going to be a $1 billion company. I've been in this industry for 12 years, and I can tell you that I retired 2 years ago because I was getting bored and I was getting burned out. But when Dallin Larson said that he was going to start another company, he'd already built 2 other companies to $1 billion in sales, and I'd worked with him for 6 years in the past. He's the best I've ever met. He's the best I've ever seen. He's the best I've ever known for humanity. He's like a second dad to me. When he came out of retirement, I came out of retirement because I knew that I could build a platform, a business school. Overcome Nation is my business school where I teach financial literacy, and real fundamental business principles. And I teach the 1%. I don't teach people how to make $500 a month. I teach them to make $1 million. Because what I spent with sitting at the feet of Robert Kiyosaki and other mentors that cost me $500 grand, I've made millions and millions and millions. And what I share is so unique because it's all business. You're not going to get stuck sharing the same thing. How many times have you heard in network marketing where people are just like, make a list and just share it with some people and then go share it again, and then go share it again, and you're like, I'm all out of friends, right? And then you just go, well, just, go plug into different, clubs and do all that. No, you don't have to do that. I bring people to me, and I teach you how to bring people to you through rich content. What we've been doing on Facebook Lives and these interviews and all of that, this is why so many people are sharing this right now. I'm sharing very valuable, rich content right now, and thousands of people are seeing this through education. I'm not asking any of them to join me. I don't have to. You see, I call it the art of not selling. When you start talking about having a global distribution business and not just a local one, when you start talking about the power of residual income, I want you to hear this. When you share this business with 2 people and they go out and do the same, you've multiplied yourself 6 times. So you teach the art of duplication. Guess what? You don't have to be rich in this industry to teach other people to be rich. It's the duplication system that makes you rich. Okay? Do you want me to say that again? Okay, for those of you who are writing it down, you don't have to be rich in network marketing and teach other people to be rich. It's the duplication that makes them rich and you rich. Okay? I can't be wealthy unless I teach you to be wealthy through a duplicatable what? System. What have we been talking about? Systems. Okay? So when I say the art of not selling is I'm talking about having like an invisible franchise. I think I have about 4,000 people, maybe more, in my organization in Paseo now. I probably have 26,000 in my downline, okay? That's like having 26,000 franchises across the country and in other countries. I want you to see that, okay? You know what it costs to start like a Subway sandwich place? It costs you about $250,000 to buy into it, to fit it out, have everything to be duplicated just like their duplicatable system. That's the power of a franchise, right? It's a system of success. You're going to sell about $300,000 in sandwiches to take home $40,000 to $50,000 a year. These are accurate numbers, you guys. And we walk into Subway joints all the time, and we think the owner must be wealthy because all these people are just every day. So let me get this straight. They put up $250,000 to sell $300,000 to take home $50,000. That's the only way they can create wealth is to have multiple locations, right? I get 2, I got to make about $100,000 a year. I got 4, I make about $200,000 a year, right? Can you see how that works? In network marketing, for about $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 and a duplicatable system. And in our business school, I teach live 3 nights a week for an hour. And I'm never talking about the same thing. I probably have 160 videos in a hump.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. We love it.
And so people are learning, even those that don't have any influence are gaining an influence. Okay? Maybe you say, I don't know much about business. I'm teaching you how to do this. I'm teaching you the duplicatable system about what they learn. And here's the key, guys. I want you to hear me because no other network marketer is going to talk to you like this. They've always told me I was not duplicatable. So I built a school so it is duplicatable. Okay? Because when you sit down with a small business owner and he says, look, or she says, look, I've been doing business for 15 years. I've been watching these pyramids go on for years now. Why would somebody like me who's successful, why would I want to do network marketing? And anyone in my school would sit down and go, okay, well, do you own your business or does it own you? And they'll go, well, what do you mean? Can you take a 2-month vacation? No. Okay, do you have a system that runs itself for you? No. And when I came in here, you said I only had like 15 minutes. How come? Well, because I don't have time. Because your business owns you. So you don't have any residual income. Okay? What if I could show you how you could step into this business and run it like a business with the same fortitude that you have right now, the same business knowledge that you have right now, and those people that follow you and respect you, would want to do what you're doing and start a business, and you could build a multi-million-dollar business with no trucks, very little inventory, no warehouses, no employees, a debt-free business. Okay? So what line of business are you in? Well, I'm a contractor. Okay. So if you do a $20,000 job, you're probably going to spend $10,000 in materials and about $5,000 in employees to take home $5,000, right? Okay? So that first $10,000 out of that 20 are all hard costs. And then you pay your employees, it's another $5,000, okay, to take home $5,000. If I make $20,000 in a week in network marketing, I don't have to expense that at all unless I choose to travel. And when I do, I'm staying in 5-star hotels, eating the greatest food, meeting wonderful people that are focused and want to take their life back. I'm teaching them to become CEOs of their own business. The entire thing is a write-off. Those are, now that's loaded with memories, not tile and grout. Maybe you're a real estate broker. Okay, I have a lot of real estate brokers that are coming into my business. One of my closest, dearest friends, Matt Williams, built a $500,000 a year residual income in network marketing with me, and he did it in 138 days. Why? Because he had influence. And he saw the same pain point that I was pointing out to him. 4 different people approached him in network marketing. He said no to all of them. And I said, why did you say no to me? He said yes to me. He said, because you came in and talked to me about the real business. I had no idea it could be like that, right? Real estate brokers, they have to release the building. They got to pay all the utilities, right? You got to make sure the copy machines are in place, the coffee, everything is there, the furniture. And guess what? That's not a debt-free business. I'm teaching you how to build a debt-free business, okay? So you enroll somebody in New York, who enrolls somebody in San Antonio, who enrolls somebody in California, who enrolls somebody in Hawaii or Hong Kong. You have literally pierced through the, listen to me now, if you're a small business owner, I'm telling you, this is power. If you're a small business owner, you have literally pierced through the economy of your city, your state, even your country, so your income is less dependent on where you live. That is what's so powerful about the business of the 21st century, okay? And before I do something called the cash flow quadrant here, what I'm about to share with you literally made me, I went within 15 months, a good four months and 1 week, I started sharing this, and my business accelerated. I went from making like $738 a week to over $19,000 a week in 4 months and 1 week with what I'm about to share with you guys right now. And it will put everything in the proper perspective on where you can go, and every single one of you guys have a choice. But what I want to say first is that the reason why I'm here, I was just here 6 weeks ago, okay? I watched them do a video, and it seemed like there was maybe 6 people in this room, okay? Then we did one in Houston. We did one in San Antonio at Ella's house, and we did one in Houston at Susan's salon. And out of those 2 videos, who's that? Yeah. Out of those 2 parties, we had 4 people hit the rank of gold, which pays $70,000 to $80,000 a year when it's held. Residual now, okay? We're not talking about you showing up for work every day, punching in, punching out. We're talking about residual. And one person, Enrique, hits Ruby. That pays about $150,000 a year. How long did you say you've been doing this, bro? 8 months.
8 months.
Okay, we're talking about residual income now, you guys. We're not talking about trading hours for dollars. See, what's happening is this business is compounding, right? 2 goes to 4, goes to 8, right? 16, right? So what happens is you start growing. Before you know, you have 500 people in your business to 1,000, to 2,000, right? To 4,000, to 8,000. It grows exponentially. Okay, so I want to talk about the hours. If you have 500 people in your business, right, in your organization, and each one only works 1 hour a day, you are logging and leveraging 500 hours a day. How long would that take you to do it by yourself? Okay, so this is what's happening while most of your friends, and some of you, just like myself, have been laughing at network marketing. The NFL brings in about $9.5 billion a year. The music industry brings about $16 billion a year. The video gaming industry brings about $67 billion a year. The movie industry brings about $80 to $90 billion a year. Certified Organics does about $90 to $100 billion a year. Network marketing does almost $200 billion a year. It dwarfs all of the rest. And it pays out $200 million a day in commissions to people like Nancy and Susan and Elda and soon to be Kristen, right? And some of the other leaders that are coming in here, okay? That's not a world that you want to ignore, and here's why. Look at the number one transportation provider in the United States right now, Uber. Do they own one vehicle? No. Look at Airbnb. They are the number one provider of overnight stays. Do they own one house or one hotel? No, but they've completely disrupted that industry. Amazon's now larger than Walmart. They don't own one department store. These are like debt-free businesses. So how long are you going to let yourself stay in what I call, and I mean no disrespect, I'm here to provoke. Because my first mentor provoked me, okay? You cannot stay in willful ignorance when the way business is changing so rapidly. You have to change with it, you guys. You can't stay with that old way of thinking. The world is changing around you. You can have a global distribution business. And I want to stretch you guys a little bit because I want you to understand that you can draw your income from multiple countries, not from your city. And you learn all of this in Overcome Nation. Okay? So this industry is going to double, and it's going to double again, and it's going to double again because more and more people are feeling comfortable about services right from their house. I have a global business right now, almost a global business right now. I have for 12 years. From my home, the only difference between me and a McDonald's or any other franchise is I don't have signs on the outside. That's why I look at it like an invisible franchise. Do you guys know that in the 1960s that franchises were considered illegal pyramids and only passed by 11 votes? Now, it's one of the greatest methods of wealth creation that the world has accepted. Can you imagine maybe most of us in this room, 20 years ago, we were like, there's going to be a company called Uber that's going to come in and literally like disrupt the taxi service. And taxi service has been around for like 100, horse and buggy. Mm-hmm. And guess what? They're going to do it. They're not going to own a horse and buggy. They're not even going to own a car. Right? And let me show you how this works. Because I want to get in your head here, okay? Because I need to point out the obvious because most people miss this stuff. So just look at Uber. So this person that started Uber, which is worth about $30 billion right now, in a very short period of time, he comes in and says, all right, well, I'm not going to own any vehicles. I'm going to provide a service, and I'm going to have these people just kind of, I'm going to leverage their cars that we don't own. We don't pay any insurance on it. And they're going to pick up passengers, and guess what? The passengers aren't going to pay them. They're going to pay me. And then I'm going to pay the person who owns the car. And I want more and more of these Uber drivers because I'm going to give them a bonus so they can get more and more Uber drivers in there because I want to spread the name, right, through the word of mouth on how quickly we're going to come in and invade and disrupt the taxi service. What is network marketing? It's the same thing. They ship out the products. You're not shipping out any products. You're not delivering any products door to door. They give you a replicatable website. Did you pay for that? No. You're not paying for shipping. You're not paying for accounting. You're not paying for any of the legal stuff. You're not formulating the product. You don't have any employees. You don't have any of that. You're just sharing the product on here. You want to sleep better? Try this. You want to start a business? I can show you. And they pay the company. The company ships it all out, and they pay us 67% of the profits. That's why it works. 67% of the... Why would they do that? Because we're the ones that are doing all the telling. They don't have to incur all the costs for marketing and commercials and everything else, online marketing, all of those we do. And you come in this house and you go, yeah, it's one of those things where you show up and everybody's out there's a guy there in a cheap suit that's sharing it. Look at me. I said I would never let this business change me. I refuse to it. I don't teach people to do it. I don't teach people to do cheesy stuff. I don't build on emotion. I build on real business principles. And so before I get into a 15-minute just a little showing you how it works that's very duplicatable, I told everybody on Facebook that I would share this, and it went viral so much because Robert Kiyosaki was the first one that did this, by the way. I could probably get in trouble by saying this, but I'm going to say it anyways. So he started something. He has a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. If you guys haven't read it, you should. It'll open up your mind and make you feel like you can put yourself back in the driver's seat of your life. He did something called the Cash Flow Quadrant, and I did it for the network marketer, because I sat in a couch like that. I was very, very depressed. I was going through a horrible time in my personal life, and I sat there and I looked at a blank board just like this, and I was probably a little bit further back in the couch, and I said, I want to hit a $2 million a year income. I want to go fast. I don't want it to take 20 years. I want to do it in like 6 months. Who would be my audience? Small business owners. And what would I say to those small business owners? Why? Why would I go after people of influence? Because they have a following, they have a network, right? Your network is your net worth. I called them generals back then. Bring in the generals and all the troops will come in as well, and I'll begin to teach the troops the art of war in the marketplace. Okay? So one of the things that I led with was the cash flow quadrant here. And I don't mean to stand in front of everybody, but I'm gonna start this first, and I want everyone to see this. And when I'm done, you may want to just take some photos of it or whatever. This is called the cash flow quadrant. I'm going to back away in a second here. Hold on. So almost everybody in this room earns an income in one or all four of these quadrants. Okay? On the left side, this is considered the poor way of thinking. This is the traditional way of thinking that we've all been raised. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job with benefits. The people on the right are the wealthiest people in the world, and this is the rich side of the quadrant. And they don't teach this in schools. If you're an employee, this represents 85% of the population, and you pay the highest amount in taxes. Why is it that the blue-collar worker pays more taxes than everybody else for what they do? Right? What they have to give away. So employees, we have to do this the hard way, okay? A small business owner, if you were a small business owner like I was, then you bought yourself a job because you want to call your own shots. You want some independence. You don't want anybody telling you what to do, okay? Big business owner. These are like the 5% in the world. These are the richest people in the world. This is where the Bill Gates are, the Oprah Winfreys, right? The wealthiest people in the world live right here, the Warren Buffetts, okay? But according to Forbes, in order to be considered a big business owner, you have to have 500 employees or more. Okay? I stands for investor. Now you're not, in this quadrant, you are not a dabbler. This is your money working harder than you can full time. This is where everybody wants to be, right? Your money working harder than you can so you can travel the world and do the things that you want to do. All right? But there's a huge divider. There's a huge divider in the way that people on the left think from the people on the right. Okay? And so I came out and I said, you know what? I've lived here. This is like slavery. I can talk about this. Because this is the whole reason why I stepped into network marketing. Because I no longer want to be here. Having money and no, to what good is having money in the bank if you can't take a vacation? Right? How many people do you know that are very successful doctors that are 70 years old and they still can't take the vacation that they want? Right? I know so many doctors that have had to shut down their practices and go to work for the hospital, settle for a high-paying job, which I'm going to point something out to you that you need to understand if you want to accelerate in life. They sacrifice quantity of money. Sacrifice quantity of money. How do I say this? I'm going to say it in a different way. Don't settle for the quantity of money. You want to settle for the quality of money, the quality of income. There's quantity of income and there's quality of income. The quantity would just be, let's just say you make $250,000 a year as an employee. You're going to pay the highest amount in taxes. Okay? So 30 to 40% is gone. That's quantity. Quality of income, high quality income, the one that the richest people in the world receive is residual income. Why? Because it's taxed at the lowest percentage. What do you have in network marketing? It's taxed at the lowest percentage. As an employee, you're paying the highest amount in taxes. You have no write-offs. You're your boss's write-off, right? So I'm stuck here and I go, I want to show, I can see in network marketing where I can escape. Can we see that this would probably be the most difficult financial move in your career to go over here, to go from a small business owner to the richest quadrant in the 4 quadrants, how difficult that would be. I don't have a system, right? So, small business owner, if you want to see whether you own your business or it owns you, leave for a month. Go over here, this big business owner, they can leave for a year and come back, and their businesses are larger than when they left, more profitable than when they left. Why? Because they have presidents that run their companies. They have management teams. Guys, they have systems. Systems, right? I'm going to keep telling you that. Systems are what create wealth. You have no system. We got to give you a system, okay? And so I thought, you know what? I can show people, back then it was $1,500, to step into a business, start up for $1,500, and I will show you how you can step into this. And guess what? I don't have 500 employees. I had 47,000 CEOs of their own companies in my organization. That was a lot easier to manage. Every one of you guys, when you step into Viseo, you become the CEO of your company, CEO of your life. You start gaining control over your life, calling the shots through a duplicatable system. Okay? Do you know that to start up a big business, it costs $25 million in startup costs on average. $25 million. $5 million a year for 5 straight years, and the failure rate is over 90%. You step into network marketing and you have the ability to build a global distribution business. Okay, I'm talking about global now. Viseo's already in 9 countries, you guys. We're only a year old. We're the first to market. We're the first in the marketplace. There's power in the first in the marketplace. When I would develop a piece of jewelry, I knew they had about 18 months before somebody else would copy my design. Every one of you guys that know business, you know that when you're the first in the marketplace, that you have there's a limited amount of time before everybody starts copying you. Right now, we have the market on liposome technology with our products. You won't find any products like ours. We're going to get into it in a second. All right? So if you look at this right now, if you want to go from the employee quadrant to the big business quadrant, Overcome Nation will teach you. And guess what? My business school is free. It's free for my team. I know there's a whole lot of people in Viseo that are watching right now, but I don't teach the whole company what I teach. I'm not going to create competition for my team, okay? Because communicating the brand of this industry has made me very wealthy. And I'm going to tell you right now, have you ever had anybody communicate the brand of Viseo to you to where you're like, I want to do that, other than why you're here right now? Probably never, right? Because they're not communicating the brand the way I just sat down and communicated it to you, right? You never heard that before. Nobody ever did that to me. I didn't know that. So, in schools, they teach you to be employees and small business owners. The richest people in the world, they don't teach their children that. I want you to think about this for a second. The reason why we think the way we think is we were not raised in a neighborhood where the guy next door or the woman next door had a company that was worth 40 or 50 million or 100 million. We don't know how $100 million business owners think. Now I want you to think about the people that are in your life. Your mother, your brother, your sisters, all of your siblings. Are they E's and S's? Or are they big business owners and investors? Probably not. So what we've done is we've become what we hear in the house. All of us have become the blueprint of the way we were raised. My dad said, Rick, learn a trade. I became a tile setter. Rick, learn a trade. You're always going to be able to put food on the table. So I did. I became a cabinet contractor. Right? I started learning about electricity because I couldn't afford to give away the jobs I needed. It was like, we all know, feast or famine. How many of you guys ever been in construction? Okay, you know what I'm saying. You're like trying to learn as many trades as you could. I would go to the Home Depot and buy all the books so I could learn. I'm like, I'm an electrician today. I just read the book. Right? There's a book for everything where I started to fall in love with reading and education. See, I believe with all my heart that your education is what gives you sight. it's a lamp to your feet. You get educated about something, it becomes a lamp to your feet. You can see further and further. The more knowledge you have about a thing, the further you can see. That's why vision is so important. Right? That's why the Bible says we perish for lack of what? Vision. You need to have vision for your life and do business. Do life on purpose, not by chance. And so there's one thing that burns in me, and that has been a foundational principle. It's been the cornerstone of Overcome Nation is, and I'm not going to preach here, but I know something for sure is that you've been made for purpose, you've been made by purpose, and you've been made on purpose. And you're not here by chance. And knowing that gives me, that to me it's like getting a blank check from heaven, because I know that there's an accountability, that I have a purpose and a destiny and a call for my life. And every single person in this room has a purpose and a destiny and a call in their life. But if you don't know it, you're going to float. You're going to float through life going, why am I here? It doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll do that. No, there is a specific purpose and a plan for your life. And most people are born, pay bills, and die. Therefore, those people never lived here. 70 years, 80 years on the earth, 90 years on the earth. That dash, what is happening in that dash? Most people don't even know why they're here. They never walk out. They have all these wonderful ideas that never made it past the drawing board of their mind. Songs that were never written. Wonderful voices that were never heard. Developments that never came into fruition. Books that were never written. Because somebody in their life, or the multitudes in their life, told them, you can't do that. If it sounds too good to be true, it's not. Money doesn't grow on trees. Guys, think about it. We all have a blueprint on the inside of us from the way we were raised. And you cannot change that until you get exposed to a real development program. There's a poor person on the inside of you. There's a middle-class person on the inside of you. And there's a rich person on the inside of you. But it is up to you to develop the one that you want to come out. Nobody's going to do that for you. And because of 20 years of me learning and growing and applying, getting my ass kicked in business, the real rigors of life, the real rigors of business, I realize I am the culmination of the development program that I have been learning and doing and paid $500,000 for and applying. Why don't I just share that with everybody in my network marketing business for free? And now I have to bet on myself. Because if I don't teach you the right way, in 90 days you're going to quit. But if you start making money, you're going to be my best friend. Right? And there's a reason why, Enrique, where's Enrique? Right? He found me on YouTube. Or you saw some video that I did on a Facebook news feed. Right? And we began to talk, and he started seeing that I was sharing a philosophy that was not like any network marketer in the world. I want you guys to understand something. I really want you to hear me. You should be very, very happy that there's a 90% of the people in our industry that still don't know what to say about this industry. Because they're going to keep on saying no until you come to them and go, let's talk some real business. Let me show you what's really happening in this world. Let me show you how to be a network marketing professional. As soon as somebody starts talking business acumen, all of a sudden there's immediate respect there. Right? When somebody starts talking business and they've let action be their coach and they have the rigors of it, you listen to them, you're like, man, they actually know what the hell they're talking about. The 90% that are in this industry, they're all talking the same jargon. Can you see how easy it is for you to just go, you know what? I think I want that one. This person has a large influence. They know business. I want to have a conversation with you. I can help you. I can help you change your life. We're going to have a business conversation. Can you imagine? I did it with 4, ended up with 47,000, and never could teach like this. I had to live on the road. Now I teach 3 nights a week for an hour across the country. I'm Dallin Larson, the owner. He's blown away about our team because we're developing leader back by leader, back by leader, back by leader. And he can't understand the glue that's keeping us together. We are so unified because the culture of what we have in Overcome Nation, and not only is it free, but the the development is worth millions, and nobody wants to quit. Do you know that our retention, listen to me guys, you don't know this number, but I want to make sure you do, because when you go to a network marketer and you tell them this, they won't even believe you. The retention in my team is 94%. Okay? The industry retention is 2 to 10%. That means out of every 100 people that enroll in a network marketing, only 2 to 10 stay longer than 90 days. Not in my team. In Overcome Nation, 94 stay and only 6 quit after 90 days. That's a staggering number. Our team has grown over 700% in the last 130 days, you guys. 700%. Would you like to have any traditional business, any business whatsoever, and be able to tell your friends and your family members, my God, my business has grown by 700% in 130 days? Everyone would love to say that. Okay, so you don't have any education, I can teach you that. You don't have any influence, I can teach you that. I focus on mental strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength, physical strength, and financial strength. The first 3 work on the inside of the body. You have to become wealthy on the inside of you before you can be wealthy in your hands. MBA, massive bank account. That's what I want for everybody, okay? Okay? You have to prosper on the inside of you, because if you have money before, and all you young people in the back there, I want you to understand something. If you ever have money in your bank account before you are wealthy on the inside, you will not be able to carry it for very long. Okay? You don't want wealth to own you. You want to own wealth. And I teach that in Overcome Nation, and we're so unified. This is why our team doesn't quit. They feel themselves getting rich on the inside of them, and then it begins to fill up their bank account. Okay? All you got to do is listen to Enrique. He will tell you that. Okay? Corner him after this. He will tell you. Okay? You get rich on the inside of you, and then you get rich in your bank account. And I've been told my whole career, well, just show them how to make extra $500. And I've been trained to what to say, because I've heard it. How many times do people say this? Do you know that people, if they just made an extra $300 a month, they could have saved their house from going into foreclosure? And I go, I know, but it's so overused. Opportunity is so overused. And I finally said, you know what? I'm not here to teach them how to make 500. I'm teaching them how to make $1 million. This is why I've spent my life for 20 years. Why am I going to go, can I help you make 500? Of course, I can teach you how to do that like taking a step without even working. But if you want to get rich, what development program would you sign up in? You'd have to spend like me. I spent anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 for a weekend to learn from these guys. Why? It was the only way it was worth it to them to make $1 million for a convention for a weekend. Then they would pour into us. But I knew on day 3 I could turn it into cash flow. And that's why I did it. So if you were going to learn how to be rich, where would you go right now? Would you learn it in college? So you can make $2.5 million with a master? Is that how you're going to do it? No. You have to spend a great deal of money to do that. And this is why I'm so passionate about this wonderful industry that nobody knows about, that 90% don't know how to share it, and the rest of the world is laughing at it. This is why I say you should be very happy that the rest of them don't know. Some people are not meant to see this. And if everybody saw it like they do in the real estate business by around 2008 and 2010, could you imagine all the competition? I would have to go find a different niche. I'd have to go into another industry because everybody would know how well this industry pays. We have people already making $70,000 a week in Paseo. We're only a year old. Where do you think you can be 6 months from now? Where do you think you can be 1 year from now? Where do you think... I'm happy when I see people in Paseo that are making that type of income because I'm looking at the compensation plan. It's the most aggressive compensation plan I've ever seen, and I'm like, they're not even putting a dent in our comp plan. You're going to see people making $250,000 a week. Guys, I'm not bullshitting you, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist, and I teach from that place. And I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. Okay? So some of the things I'm going to say, you may not it doesn't line up with his message. I just want you to know, I just come as I am. I don't have anything to prove. I'm giving you the real deal. I'm talking straight to you. I've never seen anything like this company. I've never seen a company do, right out of the gate, what Paseo has done. You're surrounded by companies that we've been laughing at for years, like Avon, does $9 billion a year. Amway, we laughed at that for years. I remember throwing eggs at people that were doing Amway, egg in their house as a kid, you know? What's wrong with him? Why can't he get a real job? They do $10 billion a year. They're a global company. Herbalife and Mary Kay, these are legacy companies. Even with my following, I couldn't step into an Amway and make $1 million. I could do it in many different places. I couldn't do it there. Why? Because you'd be a number. I couldn't do it in Avon. I couldn't do it with companies that are around for 5 years. There's a 1 to 3 year trend in business, and you have to hit it as hard as you can within that 1 to 3 year trend. Because after it gets in year 4, 5, and 6, you start having competition from within, all the other people that are delivering the message. Guys, you are San Antonio right now. You are San Antonio, okay? And some of you are going to, and this business is not for everyone. Okay? If my message does not resonate with you, don't do it. Because you're going to quit anyway. Okay? If what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, then don't do it. Because you're going to quit anyway. And I don't want you to waste your money. But what is going to happen here is in a month from now, we're not going to fit them in this house. Okay? When we come back, we're going to have to start hitting hotels. It's going to get larger and larger and larger, and you're going to start going into San Antonio hearing about these meetings that your friends are going to be trying to get you involved in, and you're going to remember when you were in Kristen's house being here in the beginning. Okay? There is a first mover's advantage in this industry. Okay? You want to get in early. You want to be the first one to market. You want to be the first one to share it with a community, a family, a state, a country. That's how you get very, very wealthy. You don't stop talking, but you do it in a way of real professionalism and real business, not hype. Hype will get them in, and everyone will sign up with you, but they'll come in for that, and they go right out through the back door the same way. You get them educated. You teach them how to get paid. Okay? If I teach you to get paid, are you going to quit? No, you're not. And if you're teaching that same duplication, none of your people are going to quit. And the other thing is you're leveraging Overcome Nation because I'm doing it live 3 nights a week. So you're plugging your people in and I'm teaching them while you're learning. Okay? When Dallin Larson's over there asking, Rick, where's the bulk of like your groups? And Daniel walked up and he goes, Rick Gutman's everywhere. He's across the whole country. And I remember in the beginning, everybody was saying, don't do it online. It's not duplicatable. You only do it in cities. And I was like, well, what do you do with people that live in a small city and they don't know anybody? Why don't we just have conversations online together? This is what we've been doing, conversations online together, and you're not asking people to join you. You're not doing post after post. And people can be a fly on the wall and just listen to us talk and communicate the brand in a different way than they've ever heard it before, and that's when they want to do it. And as soon as they realize that you don't need them, that's when they want to do it. Because people follow strength. They don't follow weakness. All right? Good preaching, brother. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just about done here. Let's go through this. Do you have the slides ready?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to show you a very duplicatable system that anyone can do at your house. But the bulk of your development you're going to get from Overcome Nation. Okay? And this is just, that's like 12 slides. And this is, it's going to give you a little bit about the company, a little bit about the background, and some of the different ranks. And you can do it from your phone. You can do it from your house. So let me while she's figuring that out, this is what we'll do.
Help me real quick.
Who's that?
Randy.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm taking notes, damn it.
So what you're going to get when you get involved, okay? What you're going to get, this is what I want to say. You're here to start a business. You're not here to dabble, okay? Hobbies will take money out of your pocket. Businesses put money in your pocket, okay? So don't get involved in the SEO if you're just going to run it like a hobby. If you want to make real money, you pay attention and you build it like a business. That's the key, okay? And that's the vein. That's my message, all right? Try not to be distracted by them. I want you to tune into what I'm saying here, okay? So when you get that, when you enroll, you're going to buy a business kit. I'm saving time by telling you this because that way we might not have to finish all the slides. So when you get involved, you buy a business kit. You're going to get a replicatable site, website. You don't have to do any of that stuff. There's no monthly fee for it. And you're going to get an app in your phone. It's called the Viseo app. You can literally check your points, run your entire business, enroll people, ship product out, right? Well, they can enroll on your website, and the company sends it out. You can run. It has all the video campaigns. Every single product has a video by the formulator, so you don't have to be a scientist trying to talk about the science on this product. All you got to do is, oh, you like the core? Okay, here, I will send you the video right now. It's a push-play business. Okay, you can leverage everything. Even my pitch, I call it a pitch. Even my pitch, you can send my pitch. It's on the Viseo app too, the one I did at the conference. And I share with people in that is that you're excited at first, then you go through frustration, and then you go through traction. And the frustration stage is the most beautiful part because that's where you begin to learn the things that you need to learn, believing in yourself. Are there any entrepreneurs in the room? Whether you're in it or not? Okay. So what made you an entrepreneur is a few things. I call it A, B, and C, okay? Ambition, belief, and courage. If you have ambition, belief, and courage, you are probably an entrepreneur. And if it burns on the inside of you, you have no business being an employee because there's a tug at your heart that's calling you to a better life. And that's why the development program is so powerful. You ready? Yep. Okay. Okay, listen up, guys. I'm gonna be done in 15 minutes here. Okay, I'm gonna know when you guys can go because I want to go have a margarita somewhere.
Yes.
National Margarita Day.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Let's say that again.
So, perfect. Okay, so the first slide was something a little different. It was talking about your dreams, okay? So I want to ask you guys right now, is your employment contract a reflection of your dream right now? Probably not. Is your income a reflection of your dream right now? Is your lifestyle a reflection of your dream right now? If it's not, then you're probably, that's why you showed up here. That's why you came here, unless somebody said that they were going to take you to dinner tonight and bamboozle you. And we don't do that, okay? Okay, so 5-star opportunity. Listen up, guys. Come on, let's go. I want to be able to finish here so you guys can ask questions. So we have world-class leadership. These 5-star, I don't like to say opportunity, these 5 stars are very important components for a company that's going to be a legacy company. I just stand right here. I can do it right from here. I just want everybody to see. So leadership is very important. I know so many people that step into network marketing, or they'll go talking to them about their network marketing company, and because they like that product better, they go, oh, I'm going to do that one. I'm going to tell you right now, there are many variables that cause a company to do $1 billion in sales, and it's very rare. There's only been 13 of them in history that have ever done it. Dallon's done it twice, okay? So you don't get in, you don't choose a company from one of the variables. You have to have all of them. It's like the facets of a diamond, right? The 4 C's, right? You know that? The color, the carat weight, the clarity, and the cut. There it is. Boom. Okay, right? You got to have all 4. You can't just have 1 or 2. If all 4, the closest they are to perfection, makes the diamond flawless. It's just like that in business. You need to have all these variables. So world-class leadership is really important. Dallon has a multi-billion-dollar understanding of the global marketplace. That's why I'm here. Disruptive science and products, that's what we have. We're going to get into that. The right timing is super critical, right? Because we're the first to market. We've done 80 million in sales. People keep hoping that our message gets less and less, and it keeps getting better and better and better. Generous rewards, you can see that. And a worthwhile cause. Okay, next slide. Sorry. Okay, I can do that. So thank you. So Dallon Larson, this is the person I was telling you about. He's built 2 other companies to $1 billion in sales. I worked with him for 6 years. He's the very best I've ever worked with. I couldn't wait to get out of the gate to work with him again, and I wasn't alone. All the other 7-figure-a-year earners, almost every one of them came back to him. Some of them left very high 6-figure-a-year incomes just to come back to Dallon to start all over again because they knew they could go higher again under his leadership. He got the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year award Okay? Now that may not mean anything to a lot of people because they don't understand the power of that. That's the same award that they gave to the owner of Amazon, right? It's the same award that they gave to Michael Dell of Dell Computers. It's the same one they gave to Howard Schultz of Starbucks, right? It's the same award that they gave to the two owners of Yahoo, okay? They don't just hand out awards like this. He's the only one that's ever received this award for network marketing. That's a big, big deal. I was going to say next slide, but I'm right here. All right, disruptive science. The liposome technology is very, very important because your body absorbs 90% of it. Do you know in supplements, you're lucky to be able to get 15% absorption in any of your supplements? That's why doctors don't like the supplement market because they know there's a lack of absorption. So if you're spending $100 a month on supplements, but you're only getting 15% of absorption, then you're paying $100, but you're getting $15 in value. Okay? And how does your body heal itself? Nutrition. Pharmaceutical products only deal with the system long enough for your body to do what? Heal itself. How does your body heal yourself? Nutrition. Why do we have an epidemic of cardiovascular disease and various cancers and all that? Because the soils can no longer bring the nutrition to the plants with all the rich phytonutrients and the forced ripening of fruits. Because they're not potent anymore, we have all of these epidemics now. In the 1950s, you can get the daily RDA intake of vitamin A by eating 2 peaches. Now you have to eat over 50 to get the same. Okay? In the 1950s, you'd be able to get the daily RDA intake of all your, well, not daily RDA, all the antioxidants that you need by having a serving and a half of fruit, 1950s. Now you have to eat 9.5 servings of mixed fruit with all the colors of the color spectrum because that's where the rich phytonutrients are at. You literally have to consume a diet of like 22,000 calories a day to get what you used to get in the 1950s from 3 square meals. So this is why the supplementation market has become multi-billion-dollar markets, but there's a lack of absorption. This is why we literally own the market. We have the #1 products in the marketplace. And none of our products have anything to do with each other, which I love. Because once again, it tells me that Dallin Larson understands the marketplace. Half the world struggles with sleep. We have the best sleep product. Half the world struggles with energy. We have an amazing energy product. Okay, I had 6 of them about an hour ago. We have a brain product, which is like the newest cutting edge. It's a complete meal for your brain, total brain nutrition. How many products out there that you know of? I'm not talking about ginkgo biloba. I'm talking about a total meal for your brain. The brain controls all the other parts of the body, all the other organs of the body, yet there has not been a product that's been effective to really, really give you brain nutrition. Our Neuro is my favorite product out there. Then we have Renew. Renew is another, you spray it on the tongue. It's a microgel. And it's loaded with antioxidants. It will remove the aches and pains. Do you know that almost all sickness and disease is linked to long-term inflammation in the body? Almost all of it. Long-term inflammation in the body, okay? So this addresses short-term and long-term. So people that have any type of inflammation that are struggling with like rheumatoid arthritis or neuropathy or any inflammatory issues, it immediately deals with that. So that's why we can't say that it's meant to like treat or any sickness. It's not going to do that, all right? But we're giving your body the nutrition so your body would heal itself. But people that struggle with pain are like 80% out of pain because of the inflammation. The Renew product is badass. It's my probably second favorite product, especially for recovery. If any of you guys are in the gym a lot, and you're always going through soreness, this will cut your recovery time in half. Then we just started in January, we came out with V-Slim. V-Slim is an amazing product, right? It's so good. You just pour the stick of this powder. It's like a pixie stick that makes you lose weight. I love it. I love this one. And so you just pour it into water and you shake it, okay? People are losing weight without changing their diets, okay? Now, before you yell at me, you nutritionists out there, let me just say something. 97% of the world cannot stop from raiding the refrigerator in the evening, okay? This is an appetite suppressant, right? Me too.
I love butter.
Right? I love bread and butter and ice cream. I can live on that. Okay? So the V-Slim is phenomenal. And there's an ingredient in the V Slim that is exclusive. No, you will not find it anywhere else in the world. We have the only one on it. It comes with 15 years of clinical studies proving that it burns abdominal fat. It burns fat. Okay? And so, you know, when you talk to nutritionists, they're like, well, I like to get my diet through food and all of that. Come on, guys. That's like the 3% of the world. They're the ones that actually pay attention to all of that, okay? Most of us, we can't get out of the freezer at 11 o'clock. We want ice cream. We want cookies. And so this is a wonderful product that just curbs our appetite. Now, what I've seen is that I'm not able to eat the larger meals that I used to be able to eat. It's really cut down my portions. Now, some days I don't feel hungry. Some days I'm ravishing. I can't wait to eat. But when I do, I can't eat those big portions I used to. So you're going to feel two different types of feelings, you know, when you're on this product. People have lost 17 pounds in 10 days, like stuff like that, okay? Which I don't recommend people trying to, like, not eat, okay? If you want to lose 2 pounds a week, 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy, okay? But if you're, and for the best results, twice a day, all right? Then we have our energy. Well, I already talked about the energy. Now, I want to say this. There's this January to May window that I see here in this business that is going to be unlike any other window in this company. When I stepped into Monavie, my very first network marketing company, it was 2 years old. There were 82,000 people above me. I passed all 82,000 people that were above me. So don't ever let anyone tell you have to be at the top of one of these things. You build your way to the top, okay? You're not sitting up there. You have to build your way. I passed up 82,000 people, but there were 12 of you guys. Those people that got in 2 years before me, they put 15 to 20 million more in their pocket than I did because they capitalized on the window of opportunity that I'm talking about here. We're only a year old. We have the ability to say we're in 9 countries. We've done 80 million in sales. Okay, we have a product that's almost viral with the V Slim already because it's working so well. And all of our products, the testimonies are unbelievable. Okay, and so between now and May, the reason why I say May is that June, July, August, people start thinking about summer. And right now, everybody's getting on the Slim. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to get healthy. But this is what I'm going to say, is this is what has always worked for me in the 12 years that I've been doing it. Sadly, most people don't appreciate their health until they don't have it. But I don't know many people that wouldn't like to make $5,000 a month extra. Okay? And this is why I really teach from the business perspective. All right? Because I've never seen anybody get rich saying, I just want to make everybody healthy. That's not what's driving them. They want a bigger paycheck. Okay? So let's just be realist here. Okay? That's why I help people get paid. You help people get paid, and surprisingly, they'll get very healthy. Okay? Core, this is the best. I know this sounds, listen, I don't do rah-rah, but if I tell you that a product is #1 in the marketplace, I'm going to back it up. I don't just say stuff, and I don't want you guys to say that either. The core product came about through this. Dallin Larson, the owner, went to the formulator, Tracy, and he said, I want you to make the best multivitamin on the planet. And Tracy immediately said, what's the price point? And Dallin said, I don't want to talk about price point. I want you to make the greatest multivitamin on the planet, and we'll deal with price later. This product here, this core product, this is your immune system, right? This is your base. It has all the omegas that you could want. It has all the omegas that you need. Most of the omegas that you get only have a couple of them. This has all of them. It has all the phytonutrients from fruit, all the phytonutrients from vegetable. It has all 16 aminos. It has all 72 minerals. It's probiotic, it's gluten-free, it's enzyme-driven. It has digestive enzymes in it too. How many of you, as you get older, like myself, you're struggling with heartburn and things like that? It has digestive enzymes in it, okay? This is, and guess what? It's a third of the price from those that have been known to be the best products in the world. Those are $120 for every 2 weeks. This is $64.95 for a month, and it blows the doors off of every other multivitamin in the world. I'm telling you guys, when you tear it open, maybe some of you, you will immediately smell the salmon from the omegas. It's literally I think it's in Norway, where they put it together, where they're spawning and all of that. Within 15 minutes, that when from the time they extract, from the time they go from swimming to a pill in like 15 minutes, they literally encapsulate it so it's fresh, super fresh. All right. So the core is phenomenal. You want the core. This is the V Slim we were talking about, and these are the V3s. And the reason why the V3 is so effective is it has 3 components in it. Energy, 1. It has hydration. A lot of energy products, they take hydration from your body. This hydrates your body because it's dehydrated with coconut water. Everybody knows that coconut water is the greatest method of hydration in the world. It's with coconut water. And it has a mood enhancer in it, which is why I took 6 before I got here. Because I was in a really bad mood.
And he's
Right?
really happy.
I'm really happy. But who doesn't want to be happy?
Yeah.
Come on, who doesn't want to be happy? So I've been searching for about 5 years for a good energy product that has mood enhancer in it. And so the V3 is loaded with it, okay? And and the Neuro has mood enhancer in it, the Neuro for the brain. Those 2 products have mood enhancers in it. The sleep product, this is the mist that you put on your tongue. It's not for your skin. We've had people pouring it on their skin going, it's not working. Right? It goes in your mouth, okay? It calms you. How many of you guys know anyone who's struggling with PTSD? Okay? This has been a really, really effective product for those in the military that struggle with PTSD. My dad struggled with it for years from the war. And I'm going to tell you, it calms them, it puts them to sleep, right? And a lot of people don't understand when you're in a deep REM, it's the only time your brain has the ability to detoxify and get rid of the heavy metals that cause what? Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's and autoimmune deficiencies, right? So your brain can only detox when it's in a deep sleep, and a lot of people don't get in that deep REM. That's again why we have these issues. Neuro, that's the product I was talking about. Renew is the other product I was talking about, so save time. The right timing. So again, I won't spend a lot of time with why the timing is so sufficient, but you know online I pretty much covered that base as the business of the 21st century. You don't have to build local anymore, you can build global, right? If somebody calls you from Hong Kong, I have a guy from Hong Kong named Daniel Cho. Hi, Daniel. Anyways, he reached out to me the last few days. If he enrolls, he'll just take his entire network into Hong Kong. Does it cost me a penny to start it? Not one. Okay, can you see the power of that? It's different when you're starting a franchise. You have to come up with a whole lot of money. It doesn't cost you 1 penny. Right? So the online industry is where it's at right now. Why? Because it's loaded with a system. Our entire Viseo is built around that system, right? I'm going to keep saying it because I want you to repeat this. People make money, systems create wealth, okay? Some of you are still thinking you're not going to do it. You're going to go home, and in a few days from now, when you're sick of your job, you're going to start thinking about system. What if I could have a system? Could it change my life? Viseo was built around a system, and then I just came around and said, well, we're not going to just rely on the system. We're going to have a development program, too, so actually people can communicate the brand better than everyone else. So the timing is right. We have multiple ways of pay. One through customer sales. Somebody goes to your website, you're just like, hey, you got to try this. You got to try the sleep. Well, how do I get it? Just go to my site. You give them the link. They're going to go to your site. They can purchase it. You don't have to ship anything out, and you get a commission. It's a 20% commission on that. All right. Product introduction bonus for all of you that say, you know what, I want to start a business. I want to get plugged into Overcome Nation. I want you to teach me everything I need to know. All right. So when somebody signs up with you, there's a product introduction bonus anywhere from like $50 to $200 just for them signing up front. Okay? Team commissions. As soon as I say I enroll Elda here, and what's your name? James. So I have Elda in one leg, James in the other, and I teach them to do the same. I start collecting team commissions. So I'm teaching them, right, the duplication process, okay? Guess what? Any one of them can pass me up in income. Can you do that in traditional business? You cannot. You're never going to make more money than the CEO or the vice president. In network marketing, you can pass up everybody. Everybody. Why? Because you build your way to the top. You climb to the top. Don't let anyone else ever tell you these things are pyramids. They work in pyramids. We don't. Okay? CEO, vice president, 3 levels of management, all the full-time and part-time employees at the bottom. Can you make more money than the guy that hired you? No. Can you make more money than the vice president? No. Okay? In ours, you can pass up everyone. That's the power of this industry, and I'm happy that it's a secret. All right? Team commissions. Then you get into, as you go higher in rank, you start, these ways of pay overlap. How many ways are you getting paid in your job right now? 1? Okay. How would you like to get paid 8 ways or 10 ways? And they all overlap each other. Can you see why there are people that make $1 million a month in network marketing? Are you starting to see that now? Exponential growth, global distribution, right? 8 to 10 ways of pay. This is why you're seeing more and more business owners that have money going, I need to be over here. I need to build a debt-free business. I need to be free. I need to be free in my time, and I want to make more money than I ever have, and I want it to be taxed at the lowest percentage. That's the highest quality of income anyone could make. Team. Then you have matching bonuses. So what happens is, if I teach you to make $100, right, and you start building your business, you're making the 100, I make 20. It doesn't come out of your pocket. You have the 100. The company gives me 20. Because I'm pouring into you, I'm teaching you. I just tapped into another way. Because who has a better deal, him or me? He does. But because I'm pouring into him, I get another way of pay. Okay? And it does not come out of his check. Rank advancement. As you go higher in rank, you get another bonus. And once you hit, rank advancement starts with Black Diamond. Starts paying an extra $10,000 a month. And then $100,000 a month. And then it goes higher and higher and higher. Okay? Then you have lifestyle trips. I've been on 3 free trips last year. I don't want to go on another freaking free trip. All right, I want to work. Right? 2 weeks ago, I was in the Bahamas, and I was like, all I wanted to do was be here with you. Right? Because I see the timing. I don't want anyone else to take your territory. I don't want anyone to take my territory. Right now, I don't want to be on a ship. I want to be able to pour into my team. I want to see my team get rich. I want to see my team take the land. Okay? But the lifestyle trips are unbelievable. Right? So much fun, right, Courtney? They're freaking great. Went to Cancun. It was unbelievable. All right. Multiple business centers. And you won't know what that means, but it's really good. It'll make you happy. You enroll for $49.95. That's a one-time fee. That gives you your replicatable website and your app in your phone, your Viseo app in your phone. Okay. There's no monthly for that. Okay. LCP. This is called auto ship. This is the thing that your Uncle Joe always says. Oh, the product just keeps showing up every month, and I don't know what to do with it, and I can't cancel it and all that. Let me just give it to you straight. Okay. I've never been shaken by LCP or AutoShip or anything because I understand business. If you owned a NutriShop or a Max Muscle or a vitamin store and you're handing out products for people to share, right? What do you have to do at the end of the month? Replenish your stock. So if you had a professional business, are you going to start robbing the cash register, start spending it on bills and candy and toys like children do? No, you're going to take the first couple of $100 and you're going to keep that in the register because you know you got to replenish your stock. That's what business is about, you guys. So when I like to say the Uncle Joes out there, the people that have never had success before, number one, you don't go to people that have never had success and ask them how to do it. You go to people that have had success and you learn. That's the power of mentorship. Okay? So you're going to get on AutoShip. It's 80 points that will keep you active. It's like $100. If you are sampling your products, sample every 6 people, you're going to get 5 to 6 people, you're going to get a brand partner. Every 5 that you sample, you're going to get another brand partner or a customer. Okay, that's how you build your business. Because in the beginning, the product can speak louder than you can. Okay, I don't teach 80. I teach 160. You cannot build a business on a couple of things where you're like, here, just put a little bit on your tongue and tell me if it works. You have to hand it out liberally. You can't build a business with a poverty mentality. Can I say that again? You cannot build a business with a poverty mentality. Look at Red Bull. I remember many years ago, I know that I'm aging myself, but I remember they were just slinging that stuff on the beaches and giving that stuff away for free. Everybody thought they were a multi-level marketing company in the beginning, a direct selling company, and they made billions. I teach people the same method of the business model as they did. You hand out that product until you can get educated, and then you can selectively go in here. Let me show you why it's better than what you're doing. Okay? But you have to replenish your stocks. You get on 160, not 80. You become a star by going out and getting 2 people. I just call that teach the 2 people you got. Teach the people that you brought in to get paid. Okay? And then it goes higher and higher and higher. Okay? This is how it works. Remember I said 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Teach them to do the same. You've multiplied yourself 6 times. That's what that looks like. This is called a binary. As soon as you enroll 1 on the left, 1 on the right, you're a star. It means you're qualified for team commissions. Customer bonus, and you're getting paid the PIB bonuses. You're already getting paid the other ways. Once you become team qualified, becoming stars, additional weekly. We just pay us weekly, not monthly. Okay? Those commissions every single week. And before you know it, like I have it in my phone, Enrique always laughs because when this is on, it'll notify every time there's somebody is buying something in my organization. It goes ding, 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 ding. So I like it because I like to say, I just got another pay raise. Got another pay raise, right? Got another pay raise. How many pay raises have you guys got in your job? 1 or 2 in a year? How would you like to have 30 or 80 in a week? This is why it's so much better, you guys. It's called leverage. All right. Amen, brother. All right, here we go. Good preaching, brother. Amen. I know I'm amen and better than you guys. I'm preaching better than you guys are amen. All right. So, I know that this is a very young team. Remember, guys, I've only done 1 meeting here in San Antonio. Look at everybody's here. Can you see how it's going to grow exponentially? If each one of you guys only got 1, there'd be like 100. You want to take this land before somebody else takes it. I'm telling you, somebody else from another group is going to come in here, and your friends are going to be asking you, hey, I just got involved in this Viseo thing. You want to do it? And you're going to remember when you did not take advantage of it. Trust me, I've seen it multiple times in the 12 years I've been doing it. So if you enrolled 2 people and you're a star, who are you? Raise your hand. Any star 800s in the room? Badass. Awesome. Yeah, you guys just hit it. Oh, that's so good. Bronze. Any bronze executives? Friday, okay.
Yes,
so
Friday.
I want you guys to understand that bronze pays about an extra, when you hold bronze, it pays about $800 to $1,600 to $2,000 a month residual. It's only the 1, 2, 3 rank. 1, 2, 3, okay? I had 4 properties that didn't even pay me that much money residually, okay? I want you to see why so many intelligent business people are getting involved in this industry. Residual income. Silver. Any silvers in the room? Any silvers in the room? Kristen. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, you're going to be gold by the end of the week. There's no doubt about that. Any golds in the room?
Yeah.
Yes, we have Elda, we have Susan, and we have Nancy, okay? Guys, when that rank is held, it pays $70,000 to $80,000 a year residually, okay? That's the 5th rank, okay? Residual income, okay? That's not trading hours for dollars. I know I'm beating that, but I want you to understand. Sometimes I got to say the same thing 30 times to pulverize a mindset, okay? Platinums, do we have any platinums in the room? No platinums yet, okay? Any pearls in the room? I don't think we have any pearls. Any blue sapphires in the room? No? We have any rubies in the room? Okay, that's $150,000 a year residually when that rank is held. And I have a feeling he's going to hit emerald here shortly. Right? So emerald, that pays about $14,000 to $25,000 a month at emerald. Okay? And then diamond, and then it goes black diamond, and then it goes just higher and higher and higher. Okay? When I come back here, I have a feeling we're probably going to have about 3 rubies or more. And a whole lot. I think we're going to pop a whole lot of gold just in the last 10 days. Okay? We're almost done. Providing clean water to people in communities in Africa. This is what I'm so passionate about. I've been a part of 5 companies and part owner of 1. I didn't like being an owner. 2 of the companies I was a part of, they were passionate about people and the cause. And both of those companies were owned by Dallin Larson, the owner of Viseo. And we are building water wells in Tanzania right now, in different parts of Africa, because there are 2,200 children of the age of 5 and under that die a day from bad water. poisonous water. Now, I spent 9 years on the mission field, and I saw the way they lived. And when I came back to the United States, I literally wanted to kiss the ground. A person living on under a bridge here in the U.S. lives way better than those people that live there. It was eye-opening, right? And so we've already raised the money for like 15 wells throughout the company, but I'm so excited that our Overcome Nation team, just our team alone, because everybody donated, we purchased our own Overcome Nation well that brings fresh water to 22,000 people a day. Okay?
Yes.
And we're almost, I mean, within 10 days, we'll have raised the money for a second well already.
Yes.
Just from our team. That's badass, okay? And so, if it's just about the money, I can tell you it's not enough. Okay? So you enroll for $49, place an appropriate initial order. Those, when you start up a business, it's gonna you can anywhere from like $400 up to $1,400. I teach the value pack because if you're out of product, you're out of business. The value pack's about $1,400. That's what I'm going to teach you to teach other people, and that is the duplication. Okay? Tell people that they're a garage sale away from getting started in a business. Very low output, very low risk. Okay? There are packs that are smaller than that you can place an initial order if you need to get started like that. But you need to get to the value pack as quickly as possible because you need all the products. You need to be able to give it out liberally. You cannot run a business if you're being stingy with it, okay? You have to build it liberally. All right? You enroll in the LCP, which is $160. You download the app. Meet with your sponsor to review. Whoever invited you here, that brought you here, you're going to enroll with them, right? They're going to quickly plug you into Overcome Nation, where you're immediately going to make the development. And the Viseo action plan. In this it's not a $49 fee that just disappears. They send you out your kit, okay? So it shows you how to get paid, what that means. All my videos do that very same thing, but you're going to have all of that with you. They're going to all the booklets. You can study it. All the brochures are. It's like a kit. All right. And this is where you pick the pack, right? This is $12.99. This is the largest pack here. Then you have the executive pack with just $6.39, then $3.59, and $2.59. You pick the one that's appropriate for you and get yourself on 160 LCP. The SEO View events. We have events happening. So our next one is in Salt Lake City, but I'm going to do an Overcome Nation event. It's going to be called Boot Camp, and it's going to be in Dallas, and it's going to be just our team. And it's going to be real in-depth advanced training on business. I'm going to be flying some people in that are going to speak and teach. I'm going to be teaching how to communicate, and I have a public speaker. Rex Crane's going to be there and be teaching people. It's going to be very engaging. I want to hear your pitch. I'm going to sit there and you're going to go, I'm a small business owner. I want you to give me a pitch. You got 5 minutes to share with me, right? It's going to be really engaging. It's going to stretch you. This is not one, all right? That's my pitch. All right? Good job. So I would just I'm just going to kick this back to Kristen, and if there are any questions, you just want to get with the person that brought you. But is there any questions that you guys have for me now while I'm here? Because I don't want you to I'll get the same question 10 times. Yes.
When is your event in Dallas?